Hi everybody, hello beautiful people again. I'm so happy to be back. It's Margarita again, sharing my anti-cancer journey. And today I want to talk about some of the interesting reactions I've been getting. I just went out today, this morning, for the first time in 5 months to walk a dog, because I haven't been doing that at all. And this morning I went out, and doing it felt kind of trippy. And it was just like, whew, I'm out here again, and it's nice, and it's feel a little bit lightheaded, a little bit trippy in a really nice way, and just kind of taking it slow. And our dog is pretty slow anyways. BB's got tiny little legs. She's a Shih Tzu, so she's not in any hurry. And it was perfect. So nice. And still wearing the headscarf because the hair hasn't grown back quite exactly. It's not quite a Sinead O'Connor look. I'm kind of waiting for that. I'm kind of oscillating between Sinead O'Connor and a Sigourney Weaver in Alien. So Aliens Part 3, the third, second sequel. I think I'm going for that, or the fourth. Can't remember. So nice to wait for that. I think it's coming in slowly, and I don't know, because they both kind of kick ass, right? Sinead, Sigourney, I don't know, different ways. So, I'm also been, watching a lot of Dr. Morrison, thinking about not only what we are eating, but also what we're breathing. And it's funny that he should have mentioned that, because for the last 6 years since we moved into this area in downtown Toronto, there's been a lot of idling, a lot of trucks, a lot of buses, a lot of shuttle buses, a lot of coach buses, school buses, weird shit going on over here, and just all lining up on all our streets and around our neighborhood. That's our cat. Rejik, you're okay, my love. Mama's here. And I've been kind of like the sort of the community watchdog. I've actually reduced the idling by about 75–80%. That means having to get the signs up through the local MP. That means talking to my city councillor. That means I've had to send license plates down to City Hall via email, and they're getting caution letters, and this is just decreased by so much, because it is your air that we're breathing, and that is also part of the health crisis that's going on out there. It's what you're eating, what you're breathing, what you're putting on your skin, right? So breathing, I don't know why, but I've always been on top of it. It's always been really, really critical, important issue, not for everybody in this neighborhood, unfortunately, but I have taken charge of it, and really has proven to be a very, very effective, and you can still have that kind of voice, that kind of power. And walking outside with the dog, this BB, this morning, I felt I've been out of touch with this whole watchdog thing for quite a while, and behind the building here, I noticed 2 trucks yet again idling, and for no reason at all. Just they're doing some work in the park, but they're leaving their engines on, and absolutely not necessary. And what do they care? They don't live here. They're not breathing that air, and maybe they are, but they're moving on, right? Moving on to the next site. So reactions to the headscarf and asking people to turn off their engines was pretty instantaneous, where before I had a lot of pushback, and people were actually shrugging me off and being abusive and verbally abusive, and I've had arguments, which I really don't like. Don't need those kind of negative emotions. And thinking about what they must be thinking when they say, I'll turn it off right away. So they both did. It's amazing, and they thanked me for bringing that to their attention. Interesting, interesting. And not only that, but the reactions I was getting around the streets, you know, especially when I'm wearing these beautiful masks. You know, this is a new mask. I have never worn this one before. Hold on. But we had a whole bunch of these little beauties, and they're blue, and I'm wearing that around the street, and the headscarf, and people, and in the hospitals, and in the, you know, building here, and in the elevators, shopping malls. People just gave me a wide berth, like I'm sort of contagious. maybe I was. Maybe I was leaking some kind of toxin from chemotherapy, but I was trying to keep myself safe. And just people looking at me and letting me get off the elevator first, and letting me cross the street without having to look both ways. I mean, you're getting some pluses, you're getting some bonuses from wearing this and wearing these, and looking so fragile. And some of my friends didn't even realize what was going on with me. I said, wow, you got this great new look going on, and it's very African, you know, very Nubian princess, and you're touching base with those roots, and others who, like, frankly, what's going on here? Like, tell me. I'll take you to a quiet corner. That was pretty funny, but most of my friends have not said anything or asked any questions, and I said, sure, why let them know, right? So thinking about that, and just what society is really thinking about the big C. I went to a holiday dinner with my family, my in-laws, and one of my mother-in-laws, beautiful lady, Esther, you know, almost 90, gorgeous, lovely, very well dressed, so fashionable, old lady, and just love her to death. But she was sitting at the dinner table. I was like, Margarita, I can't believe you've got the big C. And there's just nothing that I can say to that. So I didn't say anything. But, you know, it's what society is thinking about it, right? There is a humongous fear factor, and you know that the death toll, right? I mean, you know, you're thinking about your own demise, as Dr. Morse was saying. And as soon as they start treating the symptoms, you know, there's nobody at Princess Margaret or my GP, my ex-GP, we're thinking about causes. Oh God, no. Nobody was thinking about acidosis, or when I went into a crisis after she treated me for the bacteria, H. pylori, which I mentioned in my last video, something that I was born with. But, you know, acidosis upon diet, upon emotions, upon things that were going on that were very negative in my life, and that was what, you know, really compounded the acidosis. She treated that with 2 antibiotics and 1 proton pump inhibitor. That's what she calls it, triple therapy. And once those 2 weeks were up, I went into such a huge, huge crisis. I was in so much pain. I had to come straight home from work, and we drove out immediately to the emergency room at our local hospital, because I was never in so much pain before. Because you're killing the bacteria, you're killing all good bacteria. Now what's treating the problem, right? So she actually had increased and, you know, shocked my entire system with more acidosis. Nothing there was cleaning anything out. or trying to clean anything out because she had attacked my system with antibiotics. So weakened my body, increased my acidosis, which has already been going on because I had the stomach system symptoms, sorry, and had treated me with something that was um, putting me into shock and making things a whole lot worse. So looking at doctors and the multi-billion-dollar cancer industry always talking to you about and concerned about the symptoms and treating the symptoms, and then never telling you why. I'm asking them, why is this happening to me? I literally was getting no answers from my GP. It's like, well, this is it. This is what it is. Get to it, right? Boom, boom, boom. Line up all the oncologists, radiologists, surgeons. Get into the clinical trial, ASAP. Going to the oncologist, why is this happening? And with the radiologist, why is this happening? No one is answering my questions. They have no idea. They have no clue, and they don't care. They don't care to inform themselves or educate themselves on what the causes were that could get my body healthy. So I literally, I was at Princess Margaret Hospital, had to ask for an appointment with a dietitian and an appointment with the genetics counseling. But that was never offered to me. That was just something I had to ask for. And you've got to be in charge of your own life, your own health, right? So you need to start asking questions. Why? And if they don't have the why, then bring me to someone who can. Take me to the dietitian. Take me to the nutritionist. Take me to the genetics counseling. I honestly didn't know why I had to ask for it, that they shouldn't have been offered, like right off the bat. But they are just so blindsided. It's like a tunnel vision, You know those horses who have those poor blinders. I hate when they torture horses. They have those blinders on. Well, that's exactly what the cancer industry is like. Boom, straightforward. Don't think about anything else. To the left, to the right. You are going to stay on this regime. Follow the protocol. Come to your appointments. Don't stray from the path, or you will die in 5 months. Go, go, go. While they beat you into submission with fear and the words that they're using and the pain and suffering, the fatigue post chemo, post radiation, where they're burning laser beams into my stomach day after day, which like I said, I have dropped out of before it was completed and before they cut you open. And then they sit you down very frankly and very sweetly tell you, well, Margarita, that's just what it is. Chemo is the poisoning, radiation is the burning, and surgery will be cutting. These are the facts that I'm going to have to accept. Oh, so I should accept the poisoning, then followed by the burning, and then followed by the cutting, and who knows what they're going to cut out of me, and just sit back and relax, because those are just the cold hard facts, and just the tone of voice was just like so condescending, and so just fall under a nice warm blanket, and we're going to take care of the rest. I'm sorry. This is just like so ridiculous, and I think the idiocy of it all is just so much of this abuse of power they are holding over you, and they're saying this to you because you are just nothing but a subject. You are something to treat. Something to treat, not the whole person, or finding out the causes, or finding out what happened before. What were your symptoms before? What was happening to you? What were you eating? And let me tell you, 2 weeks ago, a clinical trial coordinator told me, eat whatever you want. I'm going through radiation right now, and I said I'm vegan. Eat whatever you want. What is it that you're craving right now? And I would tell him, well, I'm craving some vegan pizza. Go out and have some vegan pizza. I mean, no joke. No joke. No joke. He was saying go out and have what you crave. Whatever you want. What? You know, and this is what gets people into these situations. This is what got you in trouble in the first place, is what you were eating. You know, with me, it's a little bit more genetics and more feelings and emotions, but what I was eating was definitely a huge contributor. And go ahead and eat. And in the first month of chemo, the oncologist is worried about my weight loss. I'm like, of course I can't eat. You just pumped me full of chemo, and I'm really nauseous. I can't eat without pain. And you were going to put me on those Ensures. They're boosts, and Ensures are meal replacement drinks. You know, they're full of chemicals, preservatives, sugars, not to mention dairy, and I told you a month ago that I'm vegan. What? So treat the side effects that you caused with more crap. Put it into your body. This is an oncologist, a top-rated, I don't know why, respected oncologist at Princess Margaret. No, not joking. That was totally serious. So, I got more exposés going on next video, so stay tuned. I may take a couple of days off because tomorrow is my lovely surgery. This and the tubing, kaboom, that white tube, and this contraption, this gadget, is being removed tomorrow first thing in the morning, so I might take a couple of days rest. And have to worry about the chemo, the painkillers, have to worry about my alkalinity, you know, so I'm trying to keep the body pure during this procedure, even though it's one that I really I want this time, and it's very important to the rest of my healing. So I'm taking care of myself, and I've had advice from my wonderful detox specialist, Jeanette, here in Toronto, and Dr. Morris from wherever I'm watching on his videos to sort of keep it good during this this new kind of mini crisis that I'm about to face. But I'm going to be facing it with prepared for what's about to happen, and just be really ready for it ahead of time, and getting my body alkaline and tripling up on it, and you know, so I can have a speedy recovery, and talk to you very soon. So thank you so much for watching. Again, it's Margarita. Thank you, lovely people, and I hope that you, if you're on this journey, that you're not listening to a bunch of these uneducated, bald-faced lies that you've been told, maybe by your own doctor, maybe by the oncologists, maybe by the radiologists, the surgeons. Don't listen to a word, because they're not going to ask or answer any of those important questions, and they don't believe in what they call complementary therapies. This is not a compliment. I'm on a healing path that is going to do what it's going to do, get this flushed right out of me, and while I'm healthy, getting my body stronger, getting my organs stronger, getting the acidosis taken care of, getting my kidneys dumping out the acids like they're supposed to, getting my lymphatic system moving and working and unclogged, adrenal glands. There's a whole lot of affected organs going on, and the medical industry does not do not care about treating the causes, treating your whole body, treating all the various systems. Okay, so talk to you very soon, maybe a couple of days. Love you. Bye.